Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube video. If you're new here, my name's Berna and I talk about all things fashion, film and vintage stuff and a little bit of history and other things, and I do a bit of cosplay from the past, so feel free to have a look through. Hey, how's it going? If you're doing great, welcome back. So today, like by the title, we're going to be talking about thrifting. So if you're not quite sure what thrifting is, it's basically just going to op shops and finding, clothing through op shops. The reason why I'm doing this video is because I've had the inkling to do it for so long, and it's so strange to me that thrifting is now a big trend, especially when it was like a livelihood lifestyle thing like way back. So it's just weird, but it's definitely something that I can hop onto and I have a lot of experience in, like a lot. So yeah, let's get the ball rolling. It's actually an amazing thing to do. It has so many positives. There's like a lot. It's so funny though, because I used to be looked down upon when I was like a kid and stuff, and I was like really embarrassed by it, and that's why I kind of circled my way out of it, more like crawled my way out of it. And it's funny that now we're circling back. Thrifting has a lot of good like aspects about it. It's like basically stopping the increase of landfill, which is great. Also like any garments that are being burned, so it won't be impacting fossil fuels and all that kind of stuff. Also it's helping a lot with like lack of pollution. It's helping those who need garments, so you're basically helping somebody else. There's just so many good aspects. It saves your bank. That's another good thing about thrifting. So here are just the tips and tricks that I have, that what I usually do. Like at this point, it just comes like second nature now. I don't really think much about it. I just kind of like do it, and it just kind of like, it just happens when I go thrifting now. So I thought I'll share it because, especially if it's a big thing now, and if you're a first time thrifter, it can be very hard and very frustrating, and you just want to like give up the first go. But please keep going. You'll find something so special, I promise. One of the best things I love about thrifting is that you will find something that is literally one of a kind. It's very rare that you'll find like multiple items of the same thing. If you do, it's mainly because there was a small business and it was unsuccessful, so they kind of just give their stuff to shops. In that case, you'll find multiple ones, but those are still cool because they're all brand new, like no one's used them. But yeah, most of the time, any item you'll find is literally one of a kind. You will not find another item exactly the same. And I think that's just the greatest thing about thrifting, is that you will literally have one of a kind pieces. And the best feeling is when you find something and it just fits you exactly, like it was there waiting for you. You go in, you're like, I'm not gonna find anything, and you go through the rack and you find this garment and it sits there perfectly, catches your eye, you try it on and it fits you like a gem. That is the greatest feeling in the entire world when it comes to thrifting. Honestly, absolutely amazing. So if you're a first time thrifter, you're kind of frustrated, you don't know what to do, I'm gonna help you out. Let's go.
Fashion is a lifestyle.
But this is what I just naturally do. When I first walk into the store and I'm in the garment section, all the garments are there, I scan, okay? Most of the time you'll have items where all the dresses are together, all the skirts are together, tops and stuff. If you're really lucky, in some places they'll actually color coordinate for you. Those are my favorite places when they do that. When I started thrifting, like going back into it again, they would not do that. It would just be all random dresses stacked together, all dresses like tops stacked together, all skirts and jeans. Sometimes they wouldn't even have like labels on it. It would just be like you walk in and it's just go for it. Sometimes they wouldn't even like, sometimes like they didn't have labels. You just like walk in and it'll just have to go straight for it. So it's a lot more easy nowadays, so which is really good. What I will say though is the prices, because thrifting is becoming a trend, I guess. And it makes sense in the economy right now with everything everybody's going through. Like, it's just really frustrating because there are those who really do need it, and the fact that some garments are now the same price as like big retail stores is absolutely ridiculous. So be wary of that so you don't get like I guess, scammed out of your money, because if you see an item that you know you can get for the same price in a newer condition, that's not the way thrifting is supposed to work. Saving a penny. So I walk through the store and I do a quick scan. I see, okay, is there something that I'm looking for that I need? If I'm looking for a skirt, I'll go to looking for a particular dress, I'll go straight for the dresses. Okay, so now you've walked to the garment that you're looking for, the aisle. Say we're looking for a dress. Okay, oh no, we'll do a t-shirt, easy. We're going for tops. We're looking for a summer top. Summer's coming up soon, you're looking for a top you need to wear, or a certain style you're going after. Another thing you do, don't skip through the garments, because the way that they stack the clothes, sometimes the most beautiful gems you will find are actually squished together in between clothings. So you'll see a lot of the times when you go through stores, people will actually go through each clothing, and the reason why you do that is because some of the best things are often hidden or wedged in between garments. So I found so many nice tops this way, and vintage tops and jeans. I found Armani jeans from the 80s because it was squished together between other jeans. So really gotta look through, take your time. Okay, thrifting should be shopping therapy. It should be relaxing, it shouldn't be stressful. Take your time. They play music for you so you can just enjoy the space. Yeah, we're all kind of hunting for something that we like, so just take your time, go through each garment on the rack. Okay, sometimes what I can do is at the point now, I've done it so often, is I'll look actually not on the whole garment, I'll look at the outer piece of the garment. So if it's tops, I'll look at the sleeves. If a color catches my eye, if a pattern or print catches my eye, if a fabric catches my eye, or material or style of the sleeve, I'll stop and I'll pull it out and have a look. So you've found a garment that you like, you've gone through the rack, it's been half an hour, maybe 15 minutes. Sometimes you'll find it straight away. Sometimes it'll take you about half an hour to an hour, sometimes about 45 minutes, maybe even 2 hours. I've been in that situation before where I'm looking for something and I'm going through each garment and it's taking me at least half an hour. So when you go thrifting, don't rush, take your time. It's a very peaceful process. It shouldn't be stressful. I need to stress that enough. It should not be a stressful experience. It should be fun. This applies to anybody, not just women, by the way. Anybody who's looking for garments in a thrift store, this applies to same thing with men's. I see they tend to rush, but if you actually go through it, you can find really, really great things. So I say you found the garment, you see the sleeve or the material, you like how it is, you pull it out. What do I do next? So most people will go just try it on just because it looks nice. And I'm not telling you have to do these things. It's just my advice based on my experience. But you need to look at the quality of the garment as well. And you're probably what do you mean by quality? You're in a op shop. What do you expect at a thrift store? To get long-lasting quality items from a thrift store, you still need to check the quality of the garment, because I've had experiences in the past where I've got garments just because they were pretty and it didn't last long, or I didn't wear it that much, so they're kind of just sitting in my wardrobe, and that's not the whole point. You want to use the garment, you want to wear it, that kind of thing. So what you want to do, you take the garment out, you want to kind of inspect the garment. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll kind of look at it. I'll look at the front, I'll look at the back, I'll look at the collar if there's a collar, I'll look at the sleeves, I'll look at the hems. If it's an elastic type top that's got elastic on the bottom or has some sort of ribbed hem on the bottom, lots of sweaters and knitwear has this kind of stuff. If the bottom looks how can I describe it? Not wrinkly, but if it looks really loose on the bottom, there's two things you can do. You can either still get the item and then just trim that bottom half and replace it, or do your own hemming if you can sew. Or probably what I do most of the time is I don't get that garment, because even though it's a nice garment, the elastic on the bottom and all that looseness on the hem of the top per se, this applies to skirts and dresses too. It means the wearer beforehand has overused it a lot to the point where the elastic is very loose. So because they've used it that much, by the time you purchase it, it doesn't really have that much of a lifespan. So you won't be able to use that garment itself as much. So I guess you can DIY it. I know some people do that too. They DIY it themselves. If you really want to expand like the lifespan of the garment, if you see that loose elastic or that ribbed hem on the bottom, if it's kind of hanging and really loose, you're not going to get that much wear out of it. Honestly, no matter how nice the garment is, trust me, you won't be using it that much and you'll be really frustrated because you'll find something nicer like 6 months down the track, and then you'll bump into that top in your wardrobe and you'll be like, maybe I shouldn't have bought it because it's already looking old, you know? So, I mean, someone else can use it for a craft work or something. So if you really want to wear it, get the best use out of your garment, keep an eye on for those things too. That's one part of the quality of the garment. The second part of the quality of the garment when you pick it out of the rack is the actual quality of the fabric. So the hardest, I guess, fabric to actually get at thrift stores is like knitwear. Knitwear is probably the hardest one. Coats are okay. You've got a bit more luck with coats than like knitwear, but knitwear is very hard because of the knit material, and in the knit pools and wears over time. So a lot of them have like a pooling on it. I know they have those machines now that they sell where you can actually buy and it removes all that like pooled and frayed material and fabric off from the garment. Like you can probably get those if you're not too worried about that, but if you don't have that or not able to get that or purchase it, or you don't know another way, that also can affect the lifespan of the garment. So knitwear is very hard to find. So if you can ever find a good knitwear in a thrift store, you're very, very lucky, because most of the time, like 95% of the time, they've got like pooled fabric because the wearer beforehand has used it a lot. It's been stored in like not the proper way it's been stored, because of just like wear and tear over time, or just the fabric itself, like just because of like lifespan and just because of the longevity of the fabric too. So it's funny because a lot of people don't think about this stuff, but like there's a lot of things that go into thrifting, and especially when it comes to finding like the right kind of like material and fabric and garment. Like if you really want to use your garment for a long time and many years, those are things to like look out for too. So yeah, so that's number 2. So the quality of the fabric of the garment when you find it. And 3 is probably like wear and tear as well. So really take a good look at the garment. There'd be times where I really liked something, it was so good, it fit perfectly, but there was like fading. You can tell like there was a bit of fading of the color. I like to read the care instructions manual, the care instructions tag, inside the garment as well, because it shows how to look after the garment, and if you can follow that, it tells you what materials I use, like what actual like textiles I use in the fabric. So it's like 50% polyester, which is like in everything nowadays, or like 50% cotton or rayon or viscose or linen, like, or satin, or all that kind of stuff. Like, so you know, I guess, exactly what kind of materials you're working with as well. Yeah, so I think that's, yeah, and holes and stuff too. So I want to make sure there's no tears and holes in anything in the garment, because I found some really nice dresses, but there was like a long like hole, but it was something that I could fix up. If you can fix it up and like sew it up yourself, that's totally okay. But if you're not able to, or it's in a spot that's really inconvenient, it makes it hard to like bring back the life and quality of the garment, I usually put it back, because I found really nice garments and like there was a tear like right along the side here, or like along the back, or just like a small one here, or like it's like a chunk of fabric here, like, you know, it happens for all sorts of reasons. Like the clothing at the thrift stores literally did have a life of its own before it ended up there. So really take a good look at the garment before you just like pick it up and go buy it, so that way you're not wasting your money or your time as well. Thrifting is, don't be fooled by sizing. That's a big thing. I think a lot of people think, okay, well, if it's small in the regular shop, it must be a small at the thrift shop. No, it's literally fair game. It's literally the Hunger Games in the thrift stores. It'll be a first come first serves too. Whoever has the garment, it's theirs. Like when you eye a garment, you gotta pick it up straight away, because I bet you, like, you go back, somebody else is gonna take it and it's gone forever. That's happened to me in front of my own eyes so many times. Like it's literally the Hunger Games of the fashion world, for real. So basically also sizing, don't be fooled by sizing. What's a small in like big brand retail shops is not going to be a small in thrift stores. I tried on clothes that said it was like a size 10, but I tried it on and it fit me and I'm a size 8. Or like the garment said it was a size 6 and I was like, it's going to be too small. I tried it on, it fit me perfectly. Or like I had a relative who, like a friend, like they were a size 10 and they said like that's going to be too big of me, but it was actually fit her like a size, like a smaller size 10, you know what I mean? So it really just depends on the garment itself. So never really go off like based on sizes. Something that's an extra large can actually be a medium. Something that's a medium can actually be like a size 14, could be actually a larger size. So that's what makes it more fun. Like you really have to try on the clothing. Sometimes in rare occasions, if you're lucky, you could just pick up a garment and just buy it and it actually fits you. That's happened to me before, where like I bought a garment, I think it was like a skirt or something, and I didn't get a chance to try it on, and then I went to go like try it on at home after I bought it, and it actually fit perfectly. And it was such a rare occasion because most of the time that never happens. You either have to fix it or hem it or go return it if you can. It's really hard now, especially since like the pandemic. They don't really exchange much in some places, but beforehand you could exchange it. So yeah, don't be fooled by sizing. That's another big thing. Another thing also, another tip for thrifting is like, I guess, gender specific type things. This one I guess goes on the person who's looking for the garment, like what you're looking for. You hear a lot of people say, like, thrifting videos and tips and stuff, don't try to be gender specific and like look for women's stuff only or for men's stuff only. I agree to that too. People will just kind of like chuck the stuff onto the rack just in the women's aisle and you'll find it there, or like you go through the men's aisle and there'll be like a women's top there. So that's another reason why I vouch for that. Like, don't stick to gender specific stuff. Also, you can find some great button-up tops in the men's aisle. Some great like loose jeans and stuff. Like, I guess you're kind of missing out if you just stick to just women's stuff only. Like, some of the stuff I have is actually like men's tops that I'm able to wear, like jackets, or I found a women's top in the men's aisle because someone just popped it there. So literally have a look around. I know it's gonna feel weird and a bit uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, it's your dream wardrobe and it's your dream closet and it's your dream outfit and your dream style, and it's a lot more fun and a lot more great when you don't stick yourself into one specific box. Okay, another thing as well is, I should mention when it comes to thrifting, is expectations. Majority of the time when I go in there looking for a specific item, I won't find it at all and I'll find something else. Or sometimes I won't find anything, you know. So don't go in there thinking, okay, I'm definitely going to come out with like a whole outfit, like hat, top, pants, skirt, shoes, the whole thing. 95% of the time you won't happen. You might find like 6 great tops and 1 pair of awesome jeans, or like 2 jeans and like 6 skirts, or just 1 top and 1 dress, or like 4 dresses. So never go in there expecting something, because 95% of the time, I'm telling you, there's a power and a magic inside thrift shops. It literally has a mind of its own, because you will not find that same thing. Like, I've had so many cases where I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to look. I'm not going to find anything. I'm not going to find anything. I'm just going to look around. I'm just going to browse. And I found the most special items I have ever had and ever seen in my entire life. One-of-a-kind pieces. From brands that were big that you can't find anymore, or special unique vintage items for high-end brands. Or like, even today I found an amazing jacket which is like just off the rack, and I was like, I'm not going to find anything today, and I did, and I swear it gives off like 80s 90s vibes, and I'm just like, oh, it always happens. So never go in with expectations expecting to find a specific item, because sometimes you may find that item or something close to it. Other times you may not find anything at all. So really go in there open-minded, peaceful, kind of just browsing, and I'm telling you, like, it will just open and you'll find so many things. So many things. Thrifting is a sport, okay? It literally is a sport. Okay, so that's basically all the thrifting tips that I have. These are kind of stuff that, you know, feel free to use on your next thrifting trip. Hopefully it helps you out to find your dream garment, or just make the experience a bit more easier, a bit less stressful, because I know it can be very stressful leaving empty-handed. Don't be afraid to check the jewelry section as well, and handbags. I found so many great handbags. My handbag collection, I need to stop. I have too many handbags, way too many handbags. So yeah, I really hope you found this video useful. This is kind of stuff that I just know now in the back of my mind. I kind of just like do it and realize that, okay, you know, I kind of been doing this. And I will personally say, like, I am really proud of my thrifting skills. I am quite good at thrifting. So yeah, I really hope you found this video useful. And that's all the thrifting tips I have for you for now. Thanks for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, a like, don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed it. Let me know down below your thrifting experiences, what your greatest finds were, and finds that you like hate that you left behind. I would love to know your thrifting stories down below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.